welcome back to my channel. It's been forever. It's been a long year. It's been an even longer life, and I'm not sure my arms are gonna survive this thing. But I'm just gonna power through. I feel like being a YouTuber is an arm exercise and it's an extreme sport all on its own. Did you guys miss me? Anyways, okay. So I just have too much on my mind. Really, it's not an exciting video, and I feel like if you're not gonna enjoy it anyways, it's like maybe it's not for you. If this is boring, then maybe I'm not speaking to you. Move on to other people who will see this till the end. But this is more for me this time. This is not for views. This is not for friends. This is not for. I'm sorry, I keep looking at myself because I have to make sure that I fit the frame. Damn it, I should get friends for this. But anyways, um it's literally the AMs and I'm at rest. It's my first week back from home. And I'm literally just gonna blurt things as they come out of my mind as if I'm talking to myself. Because when I was in bed, I kept on having these amazing thoughts, and I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I'm the Dalai Lama. And now that I'm on camera, my brain is blank. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm in acting mode. But I was just thinking that, because I read a quote somewhere, I think on Tumblr, that said, we live in a world where I love you doesn't mean I'll stay, and I miss you doesn't mean I'm coming back. And I was just like, damn. And I just noticed that. Oh, let me prop you up with my knee. Maybe we'll get some work done. That good? Is that good? Yeah, I'm propping you up with my knee, and I have no mirror to tell me what's right anymore. And is this even recording? Let's just check that. Yeah, we definitely recording. You two up and close and personal today. It's too close. And I was just thinking about how literally my relationships, my friendships with people, my emotions, my how I feel and why I do what I do. And I noticed that I used my sadness as kind of like a. You know what? I don't care. Even if you're looking at my teeth, you're looking at my nose, you can't even see my eyes. I don't care at this point. But I was just thinking about how I use my sadness as a decoy or like as a lighthouse for people to kind of care about me, for people to give me special treatment. Oh my gosh, she's sad. How you doing? How's your mom? How's your grandma? Whatever. And sometimes I'd be putting out a sad message out there, hey, I'm not feeling okay. And it'd feel like a rejection when people are not like, well, people usually are like, hey, are you good? And I'll tell them, yeah, but there was one specific person that I wanted to ask me if I was okay. I feel like that was the root of my sad. I used my sadness as a trap, as a thirst trap, so that this one person who was very good at making me feel good, was like a drug, an addiction of sort, would come around and be like, hey, are you good? Do you wanna talk about it? Let's talk about it. And then we'll talk about it. And then as time went on, this is so wicked because a week ago, not even a week, let's not give some time to it. But my doctor recently, my doctor, only went to that doctor once. Anyways, a doctor recently told me that I have anxiety. So it was like, yo, you're suffering from anxiety. You should really speak to someone. Here's some pills. You'll be fine. And I was very happy. Oh my gosh. It was like validation. It was like, oh my gosh, my sadness actually means something. It was like a receipt for everyone who belittled my poetry. Like, oh no, it's just poetic justice. Be like, hey, the doctor said I have it, so y'all better treat me right. And I used it as a decoy to such an extent that it felt like rejection if I put my heart out there and nobody was like, hey, are you good? Because most of the time I would see people read my stuff and I was like, do they not care if I'm okay? Because that's like, I genuinely struggled with that. People really didn't think I was not okay. People thought I was fine. People thought I was strong. People thought I had no right to be sad. Maybe I didn't, but sometimes when you conjure up negative emotions for yourself, you end up feeling them. And that's what even though I don't think I have anxiety, I feel like that doctor had no business telling me an anxiety. That doctor's medical license should be rescinded. You know what? I don't care. Rescinded, blah, blah, whatever the past tense of rescind is. Because I wanted to have anxiety. I wanted to be depressed. I wanted to be committed. I wanted to have a reason for what I was feeling. Can you see my face? Okay. I wanted validation of sorts. As I said, I wanted a receipt because if a doctor said it, then it's true. But even after that, people were just like, I didn't even tell anyone about that. In fact, I stopped taking those pills. I'm not going to see anyone. And I'm fine, actually. I'm fine. Once I realized that um when I post this video, when I upload a status, when I comment on a picture, it's life is a Doppler Doma effect. People who care about you will listen and ask questions, and people who don't will belittle you and tell you that you had no business wearing glasses in that video because your eyesight is fine. But I am, and I don't care. So, um, yeah, I feel like I struggle a lot with, and I feel like this year I'm just gonna try to push all of that negativity away, try to be as defensive as possible when it comes to who I am and what I do and what I put out there. Because people be like, oh, Sway, you too open. Why are you putting all of that on social media and stuff? And that makes people not believe me when I tell them what I'm going through, what I'm feeling. I'm sad. They're just like, ah, no, Sway, you inflate everything because it's on social media. But then I realized that there are people who care about me. There's like a very select group of people, very small, who actually care about what I'm going through and what I think. So in 2019, I'm gonna try to be very defensive when it comes to people like. I also read somewhere. I'm never gonna finish this thought, am I? But I also read somewhere that sometimes mindless sabotage masquerades as constructive criticism. And I feel like this year I just want to be defensive with any sort of constructive criticism. And I've received a lot of constructive criticism. And for the most part, I take it in. Like the fact that I come across as inconsiderate, I take it in. I'm like, yeah, I do remember that one time where I was inconsiderate. I do hope that the next time I'm in a similar position, I'll be more considerate. People do say that I come across as I know there was a friend who was telling us about a sad, not a sad, but like a relative that had died, and it appeared in my reaction that I was like emotionless or like even as I said that response, I think it was a joke or something. I bit my tongue. I was like, "Yo, Sway, that is such a rude thing to say to such an emotional conversation." And he did say, "No, Sway, you need to work on your emotion." And wow, I feel like for the past 2 years, that has been shut down. I haven't felt anything. I haven't really cared about emotions and other people more. I was just more internal. Like, how am I feeling? Let me write a poem about it. Let me blog about it. Let me YouTube about it. but I wasn't really more conscious about other people's feelings, and I didn't really care about their lives and what they were going through. It was a me situation. And this is a Sylvia Plath quote, and kind of really resonates with my life because she said, I might be paraphrasing here, but she was like, he who tries to care about everyone and everything can find herself caring about no one and nothing. So if I spend so much energy um trying to appear to care about everyone, trying to appear to be good, to be genuine, um the end result is I will end up being ingenuine and careless, and just, yeah, careless with other people's emotions. So this video is probably going to be a load of waffle, but as I said at the beginning, it's more for me than for you. It's more for people who actually care about what's going on in my life, and not just people who are here for entertainment, I suppose. So most of my friends, yes, I've decided I'm gonna use that term again this year, because last year I was more of a, I don't believe in friendships. Nye, 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 nye. I don't even think love exists. Nye, 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 nye. It's a concept set up by society to trap human mind. Ha ha ha. But then I isolated myself. I literally created the foundation, the base of my loneliness, the base of my anxiety. Because my biggest anxiety was anxiety. Is it my biggest anxiety? That doesn't sound right. It's like the biggest cause of my anxiety was um realizing that I was the source. English. realizing realizing that I was the source of hurt for the people I wanted to shield from pain the most. Um, I had a lot of friends that had a lot of emotional things going on in their lives, and I would I would really try to help them through that, because but I didn't realize that my caring and my loving and my attempts to nurture them ended up being a thorn in their side. My comments, sometimes my own constructive criticism, um, becomes mindless sabotage to the person receiving it. So I had to come to terms. I was actually afraid that the people that I love the most would see me as the devil or the bad character in their story. So, in order to deal with that fear, I decided that I'd rather be an NPC in everyone's life, a non participating character. So, whatever you're going through, whatever happens, it's never because of me. Whether you are sad, it's not because of me. Whether you are happy, it was not because of me. It was just circumstance. I took no responsibilities for my actions. I took no responsibilities for the things I said or the way I made people feel. And it worked for a while, but sometimes when you don't deal with things, they catch up with you. And C.S. Lewis once said, a lot of quotes in this video, that if you shut down all the love, and if you shut down all your feelings and all the hurt and you don't deal with it, you run a risk of shutting down all the joy and all the happiness and all the fulfillment. And fulfillment comes from overcoming. That's where true joy comes from, progress. So and there was a lot of that. I felt there were some friends that I felt like I had to be a certain way in order to fit in. Like, and they were very verbal about that. No, I swear you were too loud in that social interaction. So I try to be more, you know, to zone in, to be more quiet, to be like, hey Sway, you really shouldn't cut your hairs. No, you really shouldn't put on braid. No, I never received that one. You really shouldn't wear a weave, so because weaves make you look old, so I try to not do that. You really shouldn't some were good, so like, yeah, Sway, you should really come to class, and that's good advice. That's a person who actually is constructively doing something in my life. Like, yo, Sway, you should really care about your future. You should really grab opportunity with both hands. That's good constructive criticism. But most were more like, no, Sway, I don't like it when you I don't like it when you, let's say, wear yellow. So now I had to like subconsciously um not wear yellow, and it was it was a bit of a mind trick, because when I don't wear yellow, it was like, hey, we besties, ha 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 ha. Ha. But when I do wear yellow, it was like closed off. I don't even want to talk about you. I don't even want to see you right now. I'm not gonna look at you. So it was more like I was a puppy. Like, you know how a puppy, you teach it tricks by, if it jumps over the ring, you give it a snack, like, hey, love you besties. But if it doesn't, you just like, I don't know, ignore it or whatever. So I was like a trick pony or trick puppy. And I had to jump around because, and the thing is, with people, you get addicted to them. That's the one flaw of human beings. We crave companionship, we crave to be accepted, and I would go at any lengths to make the people I care about happy. And sometimes that came at my own personal happiness, at the cost of my own personal happiness. I am literally losing the point of this video. I'm seriously doubting YouTube will see this. But yeah, and life was a long journey. It is. And I feel like for me this year, my journey is coming with accepting who I am and speaking my truth. Accepting who I am basically is knowing that, hey, I might mispronounce things. I probably mispronounced 10 things in this video alone. I might make mistakes. I I may not be what you would perceive beautiful in your own personal eyes. But as I said, life is a Doppler Domler effect. Doppler Dommer? Yeah, effect. What you perceive to be negativity, another person could be perceiving it as positivity, treasure. One man's trash, another man's treasure. So, I may be all of those things: stupid, careless, inconsiderate, mean, selfish, rude, and all of those things to you, even though I promise to try not to be. But to another person, that's good, I suppose. That's just a way to live. And damn it, I feel like I should cut this short. Let's get back here. And so I'm just gonna try to not change myself so much in 2019. I'm just gonna try to be true to who I am. Because there was a quote at Race, actually, one of the blogs at Race, that says that no matter how perfectly you fold, you have still made yourself small. Now, I don't want to make myself small. I'm a huge character. I'm a huge personality. Ha ha. I'm so crazy. But anyways, yeah, man, it's been a rough 2018, especially when I kept on losing people and just ooh, I thought there was a bug. Oh, it's not a bug. It's not a bug. It's not a bug. It's not a bug. Yeah, I just kept losing people. I felt like I didn't have any emotional attachment to anyone, and no one had emotional attachments to me. Ooh, the one more quote. I promise you, one more quote. And my arm is really tired now. What's the quote now? What's the quote now? Ooh, I cared for no one, and the feeling was painfully mutual. That was 2018 for me. I cared for no one, and the feeling was mutual. And I surrounded myself with people just because I was lonely. And I made them the source of my happiness. I wasn't content in my being. And because they were the source of my happiness, when they wouldn't text me back, when they wouldn't invite me to their things, I would feel rejected over and over again. But I forget that in order to be loved, you have to love. So instead of being so upset that they didn't invite me to their things, I could have made up things that and invited them to come to mine. That's another 2019 resolution that I'm gonna try to communicate more with my friends instead of expecting them to communicate with me. And I really, 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 my arm, I can't take it. And I really, 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 really wish contentment and joy and happiness and progress for myself this year, to not drown in emotions just because they're attractive, and not to make myself sad. I realized I don't want to belittle people with anxiety or depression or whatever, but I realized that I made myself sad. Sadness became a crutch. Sadness became who I am. Sadness became an excuse for other people to give me special treatment. Sadness became an excuse for lecturers to give me an extension for assignments, which only happened once. Um, for me to explain myself out of situations. Oh, I'm sorry, I canceled that thingy. The thing is, I wasn't really feeling it. I use my feelings as too much of an excuse, really. And it worked for a while until my drug decided it has better addicts to give. Yeah, and sometimes you really just need to just remove remove your training wheels in order to learn how to ride the bike properly. You know what? I'm gonna cut this video short now. You probably didn't even survive this long, but this is a documentary. This documents the beginning of the end. So, thank you for watching. Forget to like, forget to subscribe. I don't give a D. You don't have to like this. You don't have to subscribe to my channel. You don't have to comment. Do you boo? Come on now. Stop.